The actor Prakash Belawadi has responded to what's been going on, and this is his take on the entire metoo storm that only gets bigger.
Well, ever since the Hema Commission report has come out, allegations of sexual harassment have rocked the Malayalam film industry. To give us a little bit more perspective onto this entire issue, we're being joined right now by senior actor Prakash Belawadi. Sir, thank you for speaking to Times Now. I want to start by asking you, sir, allegations of sexual harassment, what's come out now in Mollywood, in the Malayalam film industry, is not something that's just merely limited to the Malayalam film industry. We've seen it in Karnataka, we've seen it in Bollywood as well. As a senior actor who's been in the industry for all these years, sir, how are you viewing this entire report that's come out now?
See, there are some professions where women are more vulnerable because of an atmosphere of, glamour, attendant promiscuity, flirting, and more ease of physical contact. In the industries of theatre, maybe fashion, I don't know, I'm not very familiar with that, but in cinema, certainly you would expect that women will be more vulnerable, and that should have been attended to by creating safer environments for them. And this is a problem in any industry where women are exposed to predatory behavior by powerful men, or any man for that matter, maybe. And so I think exposure of this kind if possibly should be followed by recommendations for interventions, like there should be toilets, there should be privacy, as much as possible. I've been at shoots where there was no toilet for women. Men would go and do it anywhere, but what will women do? I've seen all this. So all of this is true. I mean, for any film industry, except to a very large extent in Bombay, which is Bollywood is, it's the most liberal, industry for women. I feel, although they have made complaints, but I feel of all the industries I've worked, I feel that the way women are represented in the industry itself is very different. If you have 250 people, on the working for a film, you should expect 50 to 70 women at least in that, I think. That is not the case, say, in Canada, for instance. It's not. Very, very few women are there. Maybe in the costume or wardrobe department, that's it. You don't see much of them otherwise. Sometimes maybe as ADs, but very rarely. So there's a problem. Without, you cannot say it doesn't happen. But, the exposure and bringing it into public discourse is very good. Yeah. Hopefully it will lead to those recommendations. I would like to add a cautionary note in this. See, because of the nature of the film industry, there are provisions that could be misused. For instance, like people have alleged in the dowry cases, for instance. So when that happens, while there is a problem that women actually are suffering from, they're vulnerable and they suffer cases of pressure, forceful misconduct, criminal misconduct too, apparently. So while that is true, it gets all that will get brushed with the same feather if you make trivial or false allegations. Say a relationship has gone sour, so 5 years, 6 years, 10 years later, let's say you make an allegation of an incident that may have happened only between two persons and there are no witnesses. Then how do you prove it then? What kind of evidence could you present it? So you will see, as these cases have progressed in courts, they have taken a long time. What are which are the convictions you are able to get? Very rarely you are getting. That is because to obtain legal proof has been difficult. So what should we do in this? In a recent discussion, somebody mentioned, one thing that has happened is that there's been a shift of in the balance of power, that men are now scared, But fear is not a very good emotion to manage this, because it can have There are other ways to, deprive women of opportunities. You don't cast them, let us say. You don't write stories with women in them. Or you write stories where the roles are only like that. And you have willingly agreed to do it then, kind of thing.